Interestingly, Team Tagwirei seems to be fighting back Tungwarara, and it's gloves off. So we have seen a lot of battles being fought in the last few hours, and we need to take a look on the recent attack on Tungwarara. This is something very important to take a look.
Good evening. Tonight, I am going to peel back the layers of a man who has become the poster boy of the Second Republic's development dreams. But tempter, Paul Tungwarara, has a story that reeks of something that is far more sinister. Tungwarara is apparently the Dubai dealmaker, presidential advisor, the boho czar. But as the communities that he claims to serve are starting to whisper, Mr. Dodgy, very, very dodgy. Let me start with the myth that they want you to swallow. On paper, Paul Tungwarara is a Zimbabwe success story, a Harare boy who did good, Dubai-based entrepreneur, chairman of Prevail International, chairman of Prevail Construction, Prevail Mining, Prevail Shipping, Prevail Boreholes, special investment advisor to the president. They say he is the man behind the presidential boreholes, the presidential internet, the presidential solar, even a $500 million city called Presidential Cyber City with some Dubai billionaire. He's on global wealth forums preaching Vision 2030, handing out cash to war veterans, telling rallies that God chose the president and anybody plotting against him is plotting against heaven itself. The man has a Wikipedia page that is thicker than most cabinet ministers' CVs. But here's where the shine starts to crack. Scratch that glossy surface and you will find angry creditors, disappearing police dockets, and communities asking how a man with this much smoke keeps on getting closer to State House. Let me take you to Ballantyne Park in Harare. A few years back, Indian businessman Raza Jishan wants land for a gaming headquarters. Tungwarara rolls up, flashing Prevail International board resolutions, promising the dream. Jishan pays 1.3 million for the land, another 550,000 for the offices, 99,000 for septic tanks, 150,000 for a gaming license, and work permits for 450 Indian workers. In total, he pays $2.3 million, then reality hits. That land never belonged to Prevail. It's owned by Hoptic Investments. Tungwarara allegedly shows up with armed men, locks Jishan out and takes the site. By all means, you can look it up. It's police case number AFU-DR, the 1st of July 2023. Then crickets, no arrests, no convictions, just a presidential advisor sleeping easy. Let's rewind to 2019. Another businessman, Joshua Chibisa, lends Tungwarara 350,000 for what else? State House construction tenders. Tungwarara pays 64,500 back to him and then he vanishes. Chibisa files a fraud case with CID commercial crimes. Later, he writes to the First Lady directly. The docket is gone. Poof, gone. Now let's talk about the tenders. Prevail Boreholes wins the contract for 10,000 boreholes under the presidential borehole scheme. MPs dressing down in parliament. Shoddy work, dry holes, not a drop of water in some constituencies. Village business units promised, nowhere to be found. But meanwhile, Paulo Construction builds the State House wall and tries to build Treasury $15 million US, a number so absurd, even Mthuli Ncube blinked. And now, cabinet hands Prevail a monopoly to rehabilitate every river trashed by alluvial diamond. Everyone else gets shut down. Prevail gets a license to print money, charging Chinese miners 10 to 15% royalties to keep digging. Environmental protection, they call it. State capture is what it is called. Buhera knows the real Paul Tungwarara. Chiefs and villagers told reporters he's been duping people since time immemorial. Not a Dubai story. A small-time conman who hit the jackpot when he learned the right names to drop. He is on stage, cash in hand, preaching loyalty to Mnangagwa, while boreholes go dry and creditors go unpaid. This isn't just one man's story. It's a story of a system where $2.3 million of fraud can be complained about, but it doesn't stop you from getting river monopolies, where MPs scream about shoddy work and you still get to go to Dubai wealth forums and speak on behalf of investors, where chiefs call you a con man and to steal the president's face of development. 9 lives, Zimbabwe. Paul Tungwarara has 9 lives because the system rewards dodgy. It needs dodgy. Boreholes that don't work but buy votes. Rivers handed to one man but branded as national salvation. Cash to war veterans with the third term sermon on top. Zimbabwe deserves better than middlemen who pray in public and pickpocket in private. We deserve water that flows, not promises that evaporate. We deserve tenders that serve communities, not lying to buy bank accounts. And we deserve justice that doesn't just vanish with the president's advisor is on the line. That's the story of Tempter Paul Tungwarara. Dubai dreamer by day, dodgy dealer by night. And the real question isn't how he's got 9 lives, it's why our system keeps on giving him the 10th one. Until next time, head back.
So this is what Esel Lumumba is alleging right here. Very, very important things being raised at this point in time. And we have been saying about these things. We have been raising these issues for a very long time. We were made fools. We were attacked left, right, and center because these comrades, they were still together. And it's happening right now. It's happening right now. You know, we have never seen people exposing each other like what is going to happen in the next few days, weeks, months. It's dog eat dog. ZANU-PF is collapsing. ZANU-PF is going to its end. Okay. You are looking at these allegations. Why now? Why are you now bringing these issues? Simply because Tungwarara is trying to stop Tagwirei. Why are you now fighting him now that they are trying to stop the other faction? You are now attacking him. You are now exposing all these things. How did the dockets disappear? What did the president do? So when you are hearing any allegations against Tungwarara, what you need to note is this goes directly to President Emmerson Mnangagwa himself personally, because he's the one who appointed Tungwarara, and knowing fully well that Tungwarara is a scam, is a thief, is a what, according to the allegations being raised in Nana Lumumba, Nana Tagwirei. Why is it that the president keeps him so close? These are the most corrupt people within ZANU-PF. Vese hapana mcheche we umwe. Vese vakangofanana. You go to Tagwirei, you go to Tungwarara, you go everywhere you go. These people, their image is tainted with corruption. You can listen, Mnangagwa. Their cases have been swept under the carpet. These are people who are roaming free, yet other people are being locked up in prison for crimes which they never committed. So this is very interesting, Team Zimbabwe. And what is interesting is coming from ZANU-PF people. So it's Tagwirei versus Tungwarara. And it's going to be a very, very long night. So we continue to watch and see what is going to happen. The biggest question is, Sakamchaita say, because we have been mentioning these things, we have been threatened severally, but it's time for Zimbabwe to be liberated. This is the reason why we have also always said, let the system destroy itself from within. Tungwarara very soon will come nema file, and all those files, uyakayan mafaira. Mangoma dockets at all easy kuvura. Some investigations becomes easy to open. So we are getting there, and let them continue to fight. We are not going to save them.